Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village, there lived a dog who was known for one thing: his greed. This dog was never satisfied with what he had. No matter how much food he got, he always wanted more. One afternoon, while wandering around the village, the dog found a piece of juicy bone lying outside a butcher's shop. His eyes sparkled with joy. Without wasting a moment, he grabbed the bone in his mouth and proudly started walking home. He thought to himself, "This is all mine, and I will enjoy it alone." As he walked happily, he came across a small wooden bridge that crossed a river. The water below was calm and clear, almost like a mirror. When the greedy dog reached the middle of the bridge, he looked down into the water. To his surprise, he saw another dog holding a bone. But the greedy dog didn't realize that it was just his own reflection in the water. He thought, "Oh no, that dog has a bigger bone than mine. I must have it too." His greed started to control him. He forgot about the bone he already had and only thought of snatching the other one. Without thinking twice, the greedy dog opened his mouth to bark at the other dog. The moment he did, his own bone slipped from his mouth and fell straight into the river.
The water carried it away, and he was left with nothing.
The greedy dog stared into the water, shocked and heartbroken. He realized his mistake, but it was too late. The bone was gone forever. Slowly, he walked away, hungry and sad. On his way back, he kept thinking, if only I had been happy with what I had, I would still be enjoying my bone. The greedy dog learned an important lesson that greed always leads to loss. But unfortunately, he learned it the hard way. Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village, there lived a dog who was known for one thing: his greed. This dog was never satisfied with what he had. No matter how much food he got, he always wanted more. One day, as the dog was strolling through the village, his sharp eyes caught the sight of a juicy bone outside a butcher's shop. It was a big, meaty bone that looked absolutely delicious. The dog couldn't resist the temptation. He grabbed the bone in his mouth and dashed towards home, thinking, "I've got to hide this treasure before anyone else finds out." As he made his way, he came across a little wooden bridge over a sparkling river. The dog, with the bone in his mouth, reached the middle of the bridge and suddenly stopped. He looked down into the clear water and saw another dog with an even bigger and juicier bone. The greedy dog couldn't believe his eyes. "That bone is mine," thought the greedy dog. "I have to have it." He started barking furiously at the dog in the reflection, who of course didn't budge. The greedy dog started jumping and making a lot of noise, but the bone remained out of his reach. In his frenzy, he didn't notice that his own bone slipped out of his mouth and fell into the river. The current was strong, and the bone was swept away in a matter of seconds. The greedy dog, realizing what had happened, looked down into the water, but it was too late. The bone was gone. He barked and whined, but there was no sign of his bone or the other dog with the bone. Disappointed and hungry, the dog went back home without any dinner that night. He had lost his bone due to his greed and learned a valuable lesson about contentment. But we all know that sometimes people need to learn the hard way, don't we? The moral of this story is that greed can lead to the loss of what you already have. Being content with what you have is a wise way to live.